Alright, moving right along to another fight that I created, and this time Cap is going to go head-to-head with Jason Todd. Now, what more can I say about Jason Todd? As we all know, he was the second Robin who was killed by the Joker, but then resurrected through the Lazarus Pit by Ra's al Ghul. And from there, he was trained by the League of Assassins and then returned to Gotham as the Red Hood. And from then on, kind of became, in the pre-52 DC universe, he pretty much kind of became like DC's equivalent to the Punisher, almost. But anyway, so let's talk a bit more about Jason. Jason is, like I said, he was the second Robin right after Dick Grayson, and thanks to Batman's training, he more or less trained in focusing on his mind and body, and he also, more or less learned several martial arts styles from Batman. But however, there was the crippling flaw about Jason. Jason was kind of a hothead. He was very aggressive. There are points where one point in one comic, it's kind of suspected that he murdered somebody and tried to make it look like an accident. Anyway, that was kind of Jason, and continues to be Jason's fatal flaw, is that his anger gets the best of him in most dire situations. Having said that, though, he is incredibly intelligent. He set up a very elaborate scheme to get a revenge plan on the Joker after he became the Red Hood. And also, for some reason, also had this very convoluted scheme to get back at Bruce with Hush, and somehow that tied into Batman Hush that made when you think about it too long, you're like, that doesn't make sense. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. But yes, Jason is incredibly intelligent, but that anger is a crippling factor to him. Now, thanks to Batman's training, and also Ra's al Ghul's and the League of Assassins training, he was more or less proficient in more forbidden styles of hand-to-hand combat. This made him on par to take on the likes of like the other members of the Bat family, and even Batman himself. Among other things, Jason is incredibly proficient with guns. He's an excellent marksman, and as well as he's very good with knives, as well as explosives. He is he's incredibly deadly, and more or less lethal force is always the first thing on his mind when it comes to delving out justice. So herein lies someone who you take all the training all the training and values of Batman, pervert it and taint it with the League of Assassins, and that's what you get here. You get Jason Todd. So, could he stand up to Captain America? Let's go to the verdict and find out. So, Cap versus Jason. This might be another kill fight if Jason, persists on trying to, keep attacking Cap. Because, like I said, murder is the first thing on Jason's mind. Cap will kill, but that's the last thing. He'll try to incapacitate his enemies before, killing is a last option. So, you have to look at that. Now, for lack of better reason, his whole body is adorned with weapons. His jacket, his pants, his jeans, even his shoes have weapons inside of them. He has all these concealed weapons, and thanks to the training from both Batman and the League of Assassins, he knows how to use those and more or less find a weak spot in someone's body and exploit it. That's another dangerous factor you have to look in there. And although Cap has nothing, although Jason has nothing that could penetrate Cap's shield, I don't think, even if he does manage to get the shield away from him, Cap is pretty good on his feet and carries a few other tricks up his sleeve in a little utility belt of his. Now, the main crippling factor here that is going to separate Jason from Cap is that, like I brought up earlier, Jason has some anger issues. He's got some major anger issues that you can't help but look at. He is, like I said, he's very intelligent. He knows how to exploit his enemy's weakness, but that he still can get angry. If you rile him up enough, he'll get angry and lose focus. Whereas Cap, it takes a while to get him angry. It takes a lot to get him angry, but for the most part, he knows that an angry soldier is a soldier that's going to make mistakes. That's the thing that keeps him calm, is that if he knows if he gets angry and lets that rage control him, he's not going to win this fight. Whereas Jason, he's just going to be this fight keeps going, he's going to get riled up. And keep in mind, even though this guy's had training from Batman and the League of Assassins, he's still a human being. I know I always bring this up, and I'm sorry I do, but the main thing is that Cap is superhuman. Most of these opponents on this list are more or less human, so they can get tired. They can get worn out, whereas Cap can keep going. However, like I said about Judge Dredd, Jason, thanks to Jason's training from both Batman and the League, he can fight through that pain. He can fight through that, that anguish and, his muscles cramping up and stuff like that. But however, like I said, I gotta bring up, Jason's mental state. He can get angry easy. He can make mistakes, more or less, and Cap can keep a cool head throughout this fight. So I think it's gonna be a bloody fight, and Cap's gonna be walking away with some cuts and bruises and a few bullet wounds. Trust me, he is, because Jason is an excellent hand-to-hand fighter, and I'm pretty damn sure he could keep up with someone like Cap, who's also a very proficient hand-to-hand fighter. So I could definitely see Jason in a hand-to-hand combat match, giving Cap a run for his money. And also, sneaking up a knife on him and getting a few jabs in on that. So I'm going to say Cap on this fight, but he's going to be walking away with a few cuts and bruises, and like I said, a few bullet holes as well. But like I said, Jason's mentality, that's the main crippling factor here that I have to bring up in this fight, is that's going to be the main thing. And, like I said, that endurance level can, even with all that training, and Jason can power right through it, he can get, like an arm broken, still keep going, whereas Cap, you get him in the arm, he'll just be like, I just gotta pop this back into place, okay, I'm good. Thanks to the super soldier serum, gives him an edge in terms of healing. But anyway, you guys tell me, who do you guys think would win in this matchup? Cap or Jason Todd? Let me know, and stay tuned for the next fight.